Alright, so hopefully now it's on. There it goes. Yep.
Hey everybody, can you hear me?
There you are.
Can they hear me?
I would imagine they can.
Okay. Just want to make sure. We were having a little bit of a technical John difficulty here, and we are on track now. And I just wanted to say hi, happy Thursday, and I hope everybody is doing wonderful and you're ready for Christmas, kind of. Like, I'm not all the way ready for Christmas, but I'm getting there. Anyways, I have John in timeout, and the main reason why is because every time I come on a live stream with him, he takes over, he interrupts me, and just takes over. So I put him over here in timeout for about 15 minutes, and, you know, I'll probably be done talking by then, maybe. And if you have any questions and you want to ask John any questions, just ask him, and he is allowed to be in the chat. I told him he could be in the chat, but if he acts up, I told Candy, well, I'm telling Candy now, let me know, and I will take his phone from him, and he will be in permanent timeout. So, okay, the topic of today is going to be about Christmas vacation, or vacation in general. Like, if you're going to go on vacation, what are you going to do with your fish as far as feeding them and the overall, you know, fish care while you're gone. And, you know, that can be a little tricky for new people, because they're going to get, you know, maybe a little nervous, thinking, well, I can't leave my fish, or who am I going to leave my fish with, or, you know, what do I do? So I'm going to keep it pretty simple. When we had the store, I was asked this question a lot. I was able to help people a lot. So I would say there's 4 options, and there could be more. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but in my opinion, there are 4 options. And the first option would be, if you have an established tank and you have healthy adult fish, then you could go a few days, you could go a week without even feeding your fish. It sounds cruel. You're probably thinking, well, that's neglect, and I'm starving them, and that's just so mean. But honestly, it's probably one of the best things to do. Then you don't have to worry about, is your fish being overfed while you're gone by one of your fish sitters, or is my tank gonna crash? You know, am I gonna have an ammonia spike? So, I mean, we do that. We leave and we don't feed our fish. We don't have anyone come take care of our fish. We go ahead and just let them go without, and they're fine. So, like I said, that would be my first option if you have healthy adult, not females, but fish, and you have an established tank. Now, if you have maybe juvenile fish, you might want to go another route and get a fish sitter, or I don't really recommend the little feeder pyramid things, but we'll get into that in a few minutes. My second option would be to maybe get a fish sitter. When I say a fish sitter, I mean somebody you trust. Not just anybody, but somebody you trust that you know will follow directions, and, you know, leave them directions. Leave them maybe what do you call it? Like a plastic bag, like a little sandwich baggie, Ziploc, and put the amount of food in there that you want your fish to eat. But I would actually put a little bit less in there than what you would want them to eat. And mark the bag. Mark it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Or another option would actually be like one of those medicine containers that have MTW, you know, and so forth. That's an option, but I would definitely be very clear with whoever is taking care of your fish that they don't catch up. like if you were to miss a dose of your medicine and you want to take the second dose just to catch up. So what I'm saying is, like, if they forget to feed the fish on Monday, make sure that you're very clear that on Tuesday they don't feed Monday and Tuesday. That really completely defeats everything that we're talking about here. So I would definitely put that down. Make sure that your fish sitter knows that you don't play catch up as far as feeding your fish. Another option would be a fish feeder, but it really isn't something that I would recommend. But if you were to do a fish feeder, then I would say get the most high quality fish feeder you can possibly get with the longest battery life, because you definitely have pros and cons. I feel like more cons as far as a fish feeder goes. If you're leaving and you're depending on that fish feeder to feed your fish and the battery life isn't good, your fish aren't going to eat. It could be faulty. You could just have problems with an automatic fish feeder. If you do want to go that route, and maybe you know that you're going on vacation way ahead of time, then maybe do a test run. Do something like, okay, I'm going to go on vacation 4 months from now, so let me go ahead and do a test run of this automatic feeder just to see how it works, and watch it for a week. Or another option is do a test run of not feeding your fish for a week. See how they act. See how they behave. Can they actually go through that and be okay? I think you're going to find that they will be fine. But if you know ahead of time, then do a test run. Doesn't really help right now because Christmas is like 5 or 6 days from now, and so doing a test run for Christmas is probably not a great option. Then you have your fish pyramids, those little, like the API makes it, or I think Tetra has something. We sold them in the fish store, and I never used them. I think that as far as those go, if you have small fish like juveniles or babies, they really aren't going to be able to handle that week long without being fed as well as like an adult. So if you do have that scenario, then yeah, I would probably use the fish feeder pyramid things, or whatever brand you want to use. I don't really recommend it, but if you have to do it because of the juveniles, then you have to. Or again, you could have that fish sitter who knows how to feed your baby fish, and you would do exactly the same thing as you would do for an adult fish. I will tell you this, as far as having a fish sitter goes, we had a guy come in the fish store, and he had worked really, really hard on getting that tank set up. He worked really hard. Spent about 2 months, just did everything right, did an amazing job. And he came in all the time just to give us an update as far as his fish. And anyway, he was ready, and we helped him stock his tank very slowly so we didn't overload it or anything. A couple months into having his tank, he decided he was going to go on vacation, and he had his brother watch his fish, and his brother played the catch-up game. He didn't feed his fish for a few days, so he decided he was going to feed them a little bit more than he was supposed to. Long story short, this guy came home and his fish were dead. And we're talking about adult African cichlids. You can only imagine the money he spent and lost. Well over $1,000, I would definitely say probably close to $1,000, if not more. And it was horrible. I felt really bad for him. So that again is one of my stories. Now I did have a few customers come in. They asked me, do you want to take care of my fish for me while I go on vacation, or would you mind? And I'm like, I'm already taking care of how many tanks and how many fish. Sure, I'll stop by. I'll be with your fish. And, that worked out well, too. So maybe if you live by a pet store or a fish store, maybe they might have fish care. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about having a stranger come into your house. But, again, another option. So we've talked about feeding. What about other things? So before you go on vacation, I would definitely recommend the day before or a couple days before, probably closer to when you're leaving, to clean out your filter. Make sure it's clean. Make sure it doesn't get, overloaded or whatever. Just in case there is a problem, make sure your filter is ready to go. And do a water change. Make sure you do a water change before you go. And make sure that tank is ready to go. You're not going to be there for a week, so let's be fair to the fish. Another thing would be a heater. So it's winter time. We're talking about Christmas vacation here, not summer, but you might want to turn your thermostat down when you're leaving because you don't want to heat a house while you're not there. So if your heater goes out, your fish are going to get cold. So let's have a backup heater plan. It doesn't hurt to have a second heater in your tank. Have it maybe down a couple degrees lower. It doesn't matter. I guess you could have it the same temperature as well, but have a backup heater just so you don't have that issue coming home to a cold tank and risking your fish being stressed and sick and possibly dead. So I definitely recommend a backup heater. And then there's lights. I guess that would kind of depend a little bit on maybe a Planet tank. If you have a Planet tank, then you're going to want to have something for your lights to make sure they come on and off regularly, and like an automatic light system or whatever. A lot of them have it these days anyway, so if you have a newer one, then you really don't have that problem. But you want to make sure your plants are getting the light that they need so that they're doing good as well. We never really worried about that as far as the fish goes. We didn't have it set. They just pretty much were in the dark. So, but if you have a Planet tank, you're going to want to make sure you do the right thing. But as far as vacation tips goes, I have said what I want to say without John interrupting, and I actually am going to give him a pat on the back for being a good boy. So I'm going to hand it over to him, but I'm staying, and I will be happy to answer any questions. And it was really nice chatting without being interrupted by him, and you got to hear about fish and fish care without hearing about football and hockey and baseball. But here we go. Sean's turn.
Okay, this is ridiculous. First of all, I don't bring up football. People ask me about it, so don't you criticize me for that. Yeah. So, and I came to this woman, she, her, I'm going to call her every name that people yelled at me for calling her. I came to her this morning to talk about something that was very important to me, and what did you do? She interrupted me and turned it all into something about her. So, hey, you know what? Don't you yell at me for interrupting you. This is... Anyway.
I can't believe you went. How long? It is 8:17. We did start.
I told you I'd let you have the whole
15
thing.
minutes. I got 15 minutes. I actually, I got my 15.
I told her she could have the whole thing. Now, hey, folks, I do want to say this. Our internet has been very screwy for the last few weeks. I don't I don't know why. And so hopefully it's not cutting out on you. We are seeing the little icon on on our software that keeps telling us that it's freezing. And I hope it's tolerable to watch it. I don't know if it is or not, but yeah. One of the things that I wanted to add to what she was talking about, I had the same thing happen to me when I went on a vacation, and it's kind of awkward. It was actually my first honeymoon. But anyway, I was gone for a week. And we actually had a roommate at the time, and he says it's offline now. Let me just make sure. This is getting out of control. Hopefully it is not offline.
It's red.
I know. Okay, it's back now? All right, well, I don't know. Our internet here, we have high-speed cable internet, but it's been really screwy. So anyway, I'm just going to talk, and hopefully y'all get to hear it. So this was in 1995. And our friend that lived in the same house as us, he was renting a room from us. I explained to him how to feed our fish. Of course, he didn't listen to any of it. And when we got home, my arowana tank had literally a layer of food all the way across the entire top, and the fish was vertical in there, dead. That was a nice little welcome home from your honeymoon trip, little gift. I don't know. It still says it's out. I don't know if this is on. Now it's okay. Now it's back on. This is getting frustrating.
I know we're supposed to have some kind of major windstorm tonight.
This is what happens when you live in the country. We just got a Walmart here 2 years ago. You don't have the best services.
I was excited when we got the CVS.
Yeah. We have 4 sheets, but just got our first Walmart.
And $4 stores.
Yep. One Dollar General shut down and became a Family Dollar. So anyway.
Oh, I thought it was a Dollar Tree, but whatever.
I want to mention a couple of things. Hopefully this is all going through. The response, this is what I would usually do before I start talking about a particular topic. The response that we have had to the new 10 Things series has been incredible. It was a little slow at first, and I was starting to get a little bit worried, but all of a sudden, the next day, it just took off, and it's been doing really well ever since. I hope that you all enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed making it. I know she enjoyed making it, or she enjoyed watching me edit it, but the next episode's coming out this Sunday. Excited about this one, too, because this is kind of going back to our roots and doing 10 things that you should know about African cichlids, specifically Lake Malawi. We will do additional African cichlid 10 things episodes down the road, but we're going to spread it out a little bit and start off with Lake Malawi. That's really what got us started on YouTube, so it makes sense. And I think you might have said we should have done that one first. No,
I
you
did.
said
no. I did. I said we should do African cichlids first because it makes sense. We started with African cichlids. We were breeding African cichlids. Discus came. Well, discus was.
We had discus before we had a YouTube channel.
But I had discus. Remember, you bought me 2, and so I had 2 discus with an arowana. And it was a little arowana for a while, so I took him out when he got bigger, or she got bigger. But yeah, it seems like we started YouTube with African cichlids. It should have been the first 10 things. So, in my opinion,
and I don't think that that's wrong. I don't know. I don't even know why I decided to do discus first. We recorded the first 4 all in one sitting. And I just decided to put them in that order against her will. But
he edited it. I couldn't.
Yeah, she didn't spend 5 hours editing that video. I did. But anyway, that is coming out this week, this Sunday. It'll be there when you wake up. It should be anyway, depending on how early you get up. So hopefully the response to that is as good as the response that we had to this one, and hopefully they just continue to get better and better. One of the things that I definitely wanted to mention, I'm going to go ahead and assume that anybody that's in here watching this live stream has seen that video. I will tell you, I am well aware. It shocks me that nobody has said in the chat anything about the audio. Your audio was fine, but mine was extremely echoey. And it depends totally on what you watched it on. When I watch it on my computer, which I'm talking to you on right now, the audio sounded perfect. But when I watched it in my van with the Bluetooth, it was a nightmare. It sounded like I was talking in a tunnel. That issue has been resolved completely. Basically, we recorded that first video. I recorded my part for that first video in our bedroom. And she did all 4 of hers in there, but it's okay because her voice is a little more dainty and not quite as thunderous as mine. So her voice didn't echo like mine did. But I recorded the 3 after in here, but we still did the same green screen thing. I bought a collapsible green screen to set up in here. So the audio issues are fixed. I'm very thankful that no one commented on that. I mean, it surprises me. I figured they would. Actually, a YouTuber commented about it, which I would have totally expected that. But that was to me privately, not on the video. But I was expecting people to comment on the audio, and nobody did. So there you go. But really excited about that. I hope you are too. And CC Games just put $4.99 in our pocket. He said, like the unboxing fish video, it was pretty good. I have about 2-inch imbunas, and I'm leaving for about 3 days. Do you think they will be fine? Absolutely, they will be fine. And that's perfect right along with the topic that we're talking about today. Leave them alone. Don't even worry about it. Feed them before you leave. Feed them when you get home. They'll be fine. 3 days is nothing.
Yeah, that's a piece of cake.
So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to thank you about the response that we got to 10 things, and hopefully you're looking forward to the new one. This is really weird. It's really awkward. Like I'm totally off my game, and it has nothing to do with you starting it off, but it's because I can't stop looking at the stream health meter that is on the OBS software that I'm using because it keeps going red, and it's completely freaking me out and totally taking me off of my groove. We might have to shut things off here early. I don't know. Depends. I mean, but anyway, also wanted to remind everybody to check out Aquarium Co-op's giveaway. Yes, he's still doing it. Yes, they are doing 5 $200 gift cards. You can't lose there. So somebody messaged me today. I don't even know who it was. Somebody messaged me today wanting to know how I felt and you felt about Corey's rant yesterday. Her and I both watched it. I actually watched it twice. I came into it about halfway through his rant. I don't know why I keep doing this, but I keep doing it. I'm doing it on both sides. You just can't see it. Came into it about halfway through yesterday, and then this morning I rewatched the beginning of that stream. And I'm struggling now to remember exactly what it was about. I don't even know why I brought it up. But no, I mean, I do remember now because he was talking about, just to summarize, I'm sure anybody watching this watched that. He had 900 people watching or whatever. He was having technical issues with his stream last night too, but those were his fault. These aren't ours. But I completely agree with what Corey was saying, especially when he was talking about the fact that all of us on YouTube, yeah, people want me to shut up now. But,
No. The stream indicator.
Oh. When he was talking about how all of us YouTubers, none of us are really experts. We're just people that just talk about fish and give you our experiences. I've said that a million times. I completely agree with everything he said on that. And just to be clear, nobody... I got a message today. Nobody messaged. It was not a message like, oh, Corey did a bad thing. It wasn't that at all. It was, hey, Corey did a great thing yesterday on his stream about all of this. Just wanted to get your input on it. Maybe you could talk about it tonight on the stream. And so here I am. I'm not going to steal Corey's thunder because he did a great job with it last night, like Corey always does. And yeah, Candy says opinions versus facts. Yeah, that's it. I mean, the whole thing with his stream, about just so much of what we do, what you do, what I do, what everybody does is based on our experiences. And sometimes you'll hear something from somebody and just automatically assume that that's fact, especially if there's somebody that you trust on YouTube. And you absolutely have to understand that everybody that's on YouTube right now is just a hobbyist, just like you are. So taking what they say as gospel could be a mistake, even if it's something that we say. So completely agree with what he said, and I also completely agree with what he said about affiliates. Although, I mean, now my channel is nowhere near the size his is. I keep saying our channel. So I don't receive as many comments and stuff like that as he does. I don't see a whole lot of people on my videos talking about, oh, you're just doing it for money. You only talk about Fluval products because you get the products for free and all this kind of stuff. I don't really see that much anymore. I think it's becoming a much more, I don't want to say tolerable thing, but when I started on YouTube and when Corey started, it was taboo to ever talk about making money from a YouTube channel. People looked at that as like something dirty and you should be doing this for the love of it, not for the money. And I think that people tolerate it a lot more now. People also understand that every YouTuber is getting paid. Not everyone, but you know what I mean. Every YouTuber with any type of a following. So it's not looked at as negatively as it is anymore. At least in my channel. Again, my experiences. So, but I totally agree with him. If there's anybody giving anybody else any slack for having affiliates and all that kind of stuff, it should just stop, because it is 2018. It's getting ready to be 2019. Everybody's doing it. So anyway, it's your turn now. I'm tapping you in.
Well, we are definitely, I mean, I'm on my phone, so I'm checking it out, and that doesn't look good.
What do you mean it doesn't look good?
Well, I mean, I look really funny, and so do you. Like we're...
I always look funny.
No, it's not clear. It's definitely not a clear stream. It looks like... Yeah. So, whatever. But...
So, yeah, and I mean, I know I just tapped you into it.
This is why he was in timeout for 15
sorry.
minutes.
Go ahead.
No, I wasn't even going to start a new subject or anything to finish what you were saying.
The part of Corey's stream that did bother me a lot, it was something, and I hope we're on here because the thing is red again. It was something that he said, and he said it very quickly, and then he moved on from it. And I'm sure it's because it bothered him so much that he didn't want to spend any time on it. But that was when he was talking about how people put up comments about his looks and his wife's looks, and the fact that, he said it, his words, quote unquote, the fact that Jimmy is not white.
What?
And
I think I must have missed this part, because that's sad. That is really disappointing to know that these days where we're at in the world, I'm not even going to say the world, because the world isn't the same as the U.S. I understand there are other places that are in a totally different, how do I put it? Like, they're not where we're at, and we're not where they're at. It's not the same everywhere. So I do get that. And there are a lot of places that are way better than the U.S. I get that as well. But you think that we're at a place now where race and all that other stuff and people's appearance or sexuality or whatever, you would just think that is not something that would be, like I'm doing, bringing up on a live stream or video or as a comment, to be cruel to people. I don't think it's wrong to bring it up that you disagree with it, but I do think it's wrong that people are actually being that way, and I don't want to hear it. I don't like hearing it about my friends, and Corey is a friend of ours, and that's actually news to me, and it makes me sad. But
well, and you didn't really miss anything. I mean, his live stream was great. I don't mean to say it that way, but what I said was all he said about it. So you didn't miss any more about it. But that bothered me because, I mean, the climate that we live in 2018, going to be 2019, is a climate of tolerance, and everybody, everybody's accepting of everyone, regardless of race and religion and all of that kind of stuff. And it's sad for me to hear that would still be going on. I mean, there's plenty of things to make fun of this for. Not this, but this. I mean, I'm surprised nobody really does, though. But I'm unshaven today. I'm very gray today. I have a huge mark on my head that looks, you can't really see it, but it actually looked like the Harry Potter lightning bolt. I got attacked by a rogue spring while I was working the other day. That's why I haven't shaved, because if I shave, it's just going to open that right back up again, and I'm going to look even more like an idiot. But
I offered to put a Band-Aid on his head, but
I wasn't going to do that. But there's plenty to make fun of with me. I'm overweight. My teeth are crooked. I've got gray. But people don't do that to me. I don't know why. If they're doing that to Corey, it just makes me sick, because Corey's just a lovable guy. I don't understand that.
One of the nicest people I've ever met.
And Jimmy is a saint. I mean, I can't...
He's an awesome guy, too.
I cannot comprehend how anybody would say anything like that. And you know what? I should stop talking about it, because all I'm doing is facilitating it. But it makes me sad.
I mean...
that there were people that would do that.
We should be talking about fish.
Well, yeah. But we're talking about a fellow YouTuber's stream that he did about fish.
Though, when it comes to YouTube and YouTubers, when you start getting up there, and I will use Joey as an example, and I don't like to bring certain people up, but I can only imagine what he goes through. I mean, I feel bad for him, because he's probably getting it, and I mean, I don't pay attention to drama. I'm just not a drama person. I don't want to be in it. I'm not going to facilitate it. But I do feel really bad for people that have worked really hard. And they're up there and people are just mean. I can't stand mean people. Just be nice.
It's one thing if somebody were to go on one of Corey's videos or Joey's videos. I mean, Joey, I can't even imagine with the amount of views that he gets and the subscribers that he has. I can't imagine how much. And Joey doesn't really do anything controversial, but yet there'll be people that will find something controversial in what he's done.
Because he's a bigger YouTuber and they just want to be mean.
I can't even imagine what it must be like. I mean, I know the little bit that I get, and his channel is 100 times the size of mine. I can't even imagine. And it's hard to feel bad for somebody that's at the top, and Joey's making good money. He's earned every dollar that he's made. It's hard to feel bad for him in that way, but to have to deal with all of that, I can't imagine. I mean, because I know what it does to me, just the little bit that we get. And
I'm going to cut this off now, because we're going to talk about fish, and I'm in charge of this
Good.
Now. We have Jeffrey Lee. He's asking, how are Jay's fishes doing?
That is a great segue, Jeffrey. Thank you.
They're doing great. They are doing awesome. We do have a guy over here in timeout. That is not one of the fish that Jay sent us. It's one of the jerks that we already had. And he's in a little box, and he's in timeout, because we're not going to risk our new fish getting beat up and bullied by this guy here. So they're doing great. I did a water change right before the stream, a few hours before the stream. So it might look a little cloudy, but other than that, everybody is getting along, and they're just really awesome fish. I love them, and I'm so glad that they made it, because those two fish, it was scary. I didn't know what I was getting into when I opened that box up and I read that styrofoam, the top of it. I looked at it and I said, "Uh-oh, this is being recorded. What do I do? Should I show it?" What I didn't know, because at first I was like, I didn't realize the UPS person had put it. So I was a little bit skeptical and really, really worried. So I was super happy when I opened up the box and found that they were alive and they're doing great. So we are so thankful for this UPS driver and just so thankful. There are good people out there, and we are blessed to have one that works. I mean, you never know though. It may have been a UPS driver or somebody in another state. It may not have even been somebody from here, but whatever. They're great. They're wonderful. I wish we could find out who did it. But you know what? One day they're going to get paid back somehow, and they'll get it. They'll get rewarded one way or the other one day, and you know.
Yeah, and somebody, excuse me, I'm not talking, so my throat's getting clogged up. Somebody asked, is it the OB that's causing the problem? I know I'm sitting here as I'm listening to her talk, to Lisa talk. I can't call her he or she. I'm seeing the OB go back and forth, and somebody asked, is it the OB that's causing the problems? I don't think so. I thought it was at first. And if you remember in the video, I actually had 2 of the little boxes. Move your head. I had 2 of these little boxes. I had the OB in one and the Regal in the other, and everything was fine. And I decided, I had them in there for like 3 days. I said, I'm going to put them back and see what they do. And it was immediate. They started causing trouble again. But it was the Regal that was causing the problems. So I decided, let me put the Regal in timeout and leave the OB out and see how things have been going. He's been in there for about 24 hours now with the general population, and there's been no damage. There's been no real issues. I'm one of those people. I think you agree with me. Chasing is not a problem. I mean, if they're chasing each other around, that's not necessarily aggression. That's just the fish chasing each other around. When you start getting ripped up fins, there you go. They're chasing each other now. When you start getting them pinned into the corner, like it almost looks like he wanted to do there, but he backed off. When you start getting the fish trapped in the corner and the other fish are hitting on them, and you see scales flying and the fins are getting ripped up, then you have a real problem. But that's not happening now. They're in there together. The OB is chasing them around a little bit, but there's not really any damage happening. So it's been fine so far, not having the Regal in there. So it might be that I only have to get rid of the Regal, not both of them. So that would be good. And you can see for the most part, he's pretty chill. He's fine. He's just swimming around. But the Regal, as soon as he goes in, there's trouble. But every single fish that the fish hut sent to us is flawless. I mean, there's no damage to them at all. So that's perfect. And what I didn't say in the video, well, I did say it, but I didn't really talk about it as much as I wanted to in the video. She sent me the photo of the box. I was going to show it to you on my phone, but why? I mean, who cares? She sent me a photo of the top of the box that said, 2 almost died, tried my best to save, or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all she sent. She didn't give me any information, nothing. And in the picture, the UPS part was covered up. So I was like, there's no way the fish hut wrote that on there. They wouldn't do that. About 45 minutes later, she texts me back and says the fish are fine. So I'm like, okay, well, I wonder maybe it was one of the boxes that they received the fish in. That Fish Hut got one of these boxes from their distributors and recycled the box and sent it to us. And maybe that's an old message. I started thinking of all of these things in my head. But no, it turns out that it was actually from UPS. And so as much as we talked about earlier about people just being jerks, it's good to know that there are people out there that will actually take time out of their day to save these fish. And I didn't talk about it in the video because I didn't know exactly, but what it looks like happened is something penetrated the box some kind of a way, whether it was like a forklift or something like that, and 2 of the bags were popped and leaked everywhere. And so what the UPS guy did, or girl did, was they closed the bag up and I guess, I don't know how they kept air in it, but closed the bag up, and it looks like they tied it with like rubber gloves or something.
Yeah.
And that's how they were able to keep it from leaking all the way out. It had about half the water in there than what the other fish had. So about half the water had leaked out. I don't know if they put more water in the bags. We couldn't really tell about that. But that's what they did. I mean, so it wasn't just that the driver or the warehouse guy or girl at UPS just fixed the box. They actually performed repairs on the bags, the individual bags, and saved those fish. So they don't know how much of a hero they are. So it's a couple people put in the comments, it must have been a fish keeper. And that's true. I mean, because it seems like they knew what they were doing. Like, to get the bag repaired, they
saw your name and were like, we've got to save John Hudson's fish.
They would have written something a whole lot different if they knew what my name was. But anyway, overall, what a great story it is. And the fish are fantastic. They are awesome. They are 4 high dollar stunners that came out of there. And we're definitely going to have to take a side trip to go there when we go to the aquatic experience.
And you know, that's the funny thing is, when I won my tank, I got a gift certificate from them for $50, and I'm almost positive it was the Fish Hut, but I gave it to Susie Q. So I was from Q's Aquatics. I said, here, Susie, I'm not going to be able to go, so I know you live closer, and here you go. So, and we got free fish from them, so that's awesome. I still got my $50 worth plus.
The story that I told on the video, folks, is almost word for word exactly what happened. Jay messaged me out of nowhere. What fish do you want? Not what fish do you want. What fish do you have? And then he gave me nothing else. I did not know that these fish, where they were from. I didn't know any of that until he sent me the tracking information the day before. He said they're from the Fish Hut in New Jersey. That's when I knew where they were coming from. I never knew what they were. We didn't know until she opened it up, and it just so happened that they sent 3 of my absolute favorites, and the 4th is an awesome one too. Those 3 being the Lemon Jake, the Lawanda, and the Dragon Blood. Those are in my top 5 list. The Sunshine, I love that one too. Of course I do. Who doesn't love a yellow fish? So. Awesome. I mean, the 4 fish are awesome, extremely healthy, and there you go. That's enough about that, right?
I want to interrupt something because I see a statement that I want to point out real quick.
Is it that one?
No, I'm going to skip a few to go to it. 4th Glory Monday, thank all our real heroes, all the men and women who have served the USA. And one thing I am going to say about that is I am a Marine mom, and I am very thankful for all the people that serve our country. I just wanted to point out, I wanted to thank a UPS driver for saving our fish. And yes, they're all heroes, but I will definitely say our military is top-notch, and I am extremely proud to be a mom of a Marine and mother-in-law to a Marine as well, and I am very proud of them. So yes, I agree with you 100%. We were just saying that the UPS driver was a hero to our fish. So there you go.
It's not a bad thing to call somebody who did a good deed a hero. I don't think this guy's trying to be a jerk.
No, I don't think so either.
I mean, if he is, he can go screw himself. But that's not. No, I mean, I'm just saying, if he's being a jerk, he can go screw himself. But I don't think that's what he's being. I think he's just making sure. But it's not a bad thing to thank people that are heroes. They saved these fish. So.
But I still agree with him. 100%.
Of course we do. Of course
100%.
we do.
I just wanted to point that out.
I don't think the guy was being a jerk. I'm just saying.
Stop throwing the word jerk around. Okay, so I'm going to take over again. Paul Martin. When's the Discus Tank debut going to go live? Okay.
I'm going to back up for this one because...
Paul, I'm working on it. I got the tank established, so I have my tank. It is a planet tank, so it took a little bit longer than expected, and I will be putting that video out. I promise it's coming out. I'm working on it. I just want to make sure that it's presented properly. So that's all I'm going to say about that one. And I will let John answer the next question, if he's nice.
I wasn't mean. I was saying if somebody wants to be a jerk, they can go screw themselves. I wasn't saying he was a jerk.
All right, let's just be nice.
He knows that. So somebody said, what is Manuel Puentes? I hope I'm saying that right.
Puentes, my daughter's best friend. Her last name is Puentes. Her name is Kayla Puentes. I just shouted her out.
Okay. So he asked, where'd it go? What's the best cleanup crew for African cichlid tanks? You. But I know what you were asking. So you will see. I am one of those people that says, hey, you should be the cleanup crew. But I understand. I understand that there's going to be things like diatom algae on your rocks, and there's going to be it's a mess, and you want something to help you out. The thing that we have had the most success with is what you see right there, the common plecos. They've always done well in our African tanks. We've had big monster plecos in our tanks. We do not. We will not put bristle nose, bushy nose, whatever you want to call them. We don't put those in these tanks because they're little and they're dainty, and these are much more hardy. The common plecos. I mean, they're like little tanks. So we've put them in with our Africans, and they've been fine, and they help with the diatom algae. But remember, you got to feed them. These are not just algae eaters. They are fish. They're catfish. You got to feed them. Come on, Roxy.
Hey, Susie, did you know I was talking about you? Is that why you popped in? I was just talking about you. Jeffrey Lee, do you use pressurized CO2 for your Planet aquarium?
We tried.
I did for about 3 days, and then I stopped. All I use is the Easy Green from Aquarium Co-op. And they're doing great. I have lost one type of plant. Forget which one it was, but it was probably just not meant for me anyways, because probably needed all that other stuff. And I like the easy plants with low light, and that's it. So the ones I've got are doing great, like the Amazon swords, and the Anubias is wonderful. Love the Anubias, and some of the little grasses, just the dwarf grasses. That's what I'm trying to say that we got from Dennerley. So they're all doing good.
The Golden State Warriors like our dog.
Awesome.
It's the real team. It's the team.
Oh.
You don't even know who the Golden State Warriors are.
I don't? From Canada?
I rest my case.
I thought we were talking about it. Oh, I thought they were like a hockey league in Canada. Am I thinking of somebody else? Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, stop, rewind, and we're going to restart.
You can't edit that out. The Golden State Warriors are a basketball team in the NBA. They're the champions for the last 8 years in a row.
I don't watch basketball, so.
You've heard of Steph Curry. Of course you have. He
No.
plays for them. Okay, well, anyway. Let's see. People are just commenting on me not being a jerk, but...
I just have to keep him in line sometimes because I just have to. But he's a good guy. He's a really good guy, so it's not that hard.
Can you keep ram cichlids with discus? Yes, you certainly can.
Yeah.
In fact, I was going to mention them in the 10 Things episode, but the thing that we are trying to do with that series, folks, is we're trying to keep it brief. The African cichlid one, because African cichlids are kind of how we got to where we are. The African cichlid one's a little bit longer. I think it's going to end up being 13, maybe 14 minutes long. But the whole thing that I want to do with that series is keep it under 10 minutes. 10 things in under 10 minutes. So we can't give, if I'm going to do a segment on tank mates with discus, we could spend 45 minutes talking about that if we wanted to, talking about all the different things that you can keep with discus. But I wanted to keep it brief, so I talked about the two that are the most common. But you're absolutely right. Your answer is absolutely yes. Rams are a very common tank mate for discus. The German blues, the Bolivians. I think most people that keep rams with discus are keeping German blues and not the Bolivians. But I don't know that it's bad.
I want to bring something up for a second. Did you see that comment about the movie clips?
No.
Okay, so somebody commented on the discus 10 things about, the movie clips are unprofessional. And I thought that was really funny because we don't selfish. This isn't our profession. We have jobs. This is a hobby. We're not trying to be professional or unprofessional. We're trying to have fun. Just have fun and make people laugh and learn and get something out of it. It has nothing to do with being professional. So I just thought that one was kind of funny.
I did see that one. I didn't know which one you were
laughed.
talking about.
I was just like, what?
Folks, we read and I try to respond in some way to every single comment. It does get a little bit hard to keep up with, but I try. I'm still at that place with my channel where I try to either give you a thumbs up or a heart or respond back, even when they are mean, like that one. Because I think his exact comment was, the movie clips make you look stupid and unprofessional, or something like that. Mm. And I agree 100% with her. We're not necessarily trying to be professional. We don't want to be offensive, but we're not trying to be, I don't know. We're trying to have fun with it. And there was only one comment like that on that video. For that one comment, there was like 57 comments of people saying, I love the movie clips and I loved Austin Powers and all of this kind of stuff. So it's, that kind of stuff. It's going to keep happening. There was another YouTuber. I'm not going to mention names because there's no reason to hide the name, but I'm going to, this YouTuber I was chatting back and forth with, and he said, I saw something in your videos and it might be a problem. And I was like, what? What is it? And he said, I'm in a meeting. I'll get back to you later. And so it was like 45 minutes before he answered me. And I had convinced myself that this YouTuber, who is a channel that is significantly larger than mine, was going to say it's the movie clips. YouTube is going to flag your channel for the movie clips and you're not going to be able to use them and all of that. And I was very thankful when he came back and said, no, it's the audio, the echo in my voice in there. But I see people use movie clips all the time and TV clips. I've done it for years. This is not a new thing. I've done it all throughout my video making career. And it's just something that I enjoy doing. I'm a movie buff. I've got an encyclopedia in my head about movies. And so I'm sitting here editing and I'm like, I know something perfect that I could stick in there. I'm going to keep doing it. And unless...
And he's like, come here, come see it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't recognize that one, but it's so funny.
Unless YouTube says something to me, I'm going to keep doing it because I think it's a lot of fun. I see movie clips in PewDiePie's videos. I see movie clips on Philip DeFranco's videos. I mean, the biggest channels on the platform. So I don't think it's going to be an issue. But
I go to bed with the words in my head. That's what she said. That's what she said. Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's, I've been putting those in my videos for years because I've been a fan of The Office for years. And so yeah, that's what she said. She was actually worried. You're not being honest. She was worried at first, thinking that was going to be a little bit too edgy because it is kind of an adult joke. But I don't think it's too edgy. I think it's fine. I mean, even a kid could hear it, and it's on regular TV. It's not like a HBO series or something like that. Yeah. So I was curious if YouTube demonetized your last video. No, they absolutely haven't. And I've only had one video in my entire time on YouTube that got demonetized, and it was right around the adpocalypse thing. And like 3 days later, it got monetized again. And I never even knew what it was that caused it. So I don't cross any lines. We don't go too far in our videos. If we're going to put a little clip of Michael Scott saying that's what she said, I mean, if that's going to get us demonetized, this is a sad, sad world that we live in. But that's not going to be in every video. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say this right now. Anybody that is watching this stream still, I know there's not many people watching because the signal has been bad all night. There's a movie clip in the African Cichlid one coming up on this Sunday. And it is from a very obscure, very low budget, almost independent film. It's got 2 stars in it that are big names. They're not around anymore. They're not dead, but they're not really active acting anymore. But this was a movie that was huge to me as a kid. I'm not going to tell you what movie it is. What I'm trying to say is there is a how do I even say it? There is a part in that video where I put 3 quick movie clips together. Boom, boom, boom. All to make one specific point.
Yeah.
And one of them is from Meet the Parents. The next one is from Step Brothers, 2 amazing movies. And the third is the one I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to give you a bonus. I don't have anything to give away. But I'm going to give you a bonus if you put in the comment section what that movie is. That's because that's a deep, deep cut that, yeah, if you get it, I'm going to be impressed.
John will be your new best friend if you get that one. Get it?
Mm-mm. I don't get it.
Oosh. The movie clips.
But anyway.
Whatever.
We'll talk about that later.
You'll understand what I mean.
So Soyski, I hope I'm saying your name right. You said I didn't answer your comment on one of your videos. I'm sorry for that. I like I said, I try. It gets to be a little out of control. That video has like 6,600 views and a lot of comments. It does get a little bit difficult. I work a full-time job that is actually way more than normal full-time job hours. So it does get to be difficult to answer everybody. And if I missed you, I'm very sorry. But check, because I might have liked it or given you a heart for it. Soyski, I'm just going to keep calling you that. When are you doing the members-only stream again? Well, 2 weeks, because we just did one this last Sunday. So we'll do another one in 2 weeks. Let's see, what else we got? Okay. Sometimes it's good to be casual, in my opinion. Thank you very much. Yes, that is what it is. Are you into Marvel movies? If so, how did you like the Avengers Endgame trailer? You see, you get on me for this. I don't bring this stuff up. They do.
You skip the fish questions and go right there
No,
because
I
you're
didn't.
like, ooh, Marvel.
No, I didn't. I went straight down. Sometimes it's casual, and then boom, are you into Marvel movies? Yes. I guess you can't really see a lot of Marvel. I mean, other than Deadpool right there, in case you couldn't see him. I've got a lot of DC behind me. I'm a huge Marvel fan, and I'll tell you what the Endgame trailer did to me. It made me sit like this for about 15 minutes straight. Absolutely incredible. Disappointed that we didn't get to see any Carol Danvers in there, but, you know, I guess they're going to wait for her movie. But anyway, the Bugs Bunny movie. No, it's definitely not the Bugs Bunny movie. It's not an animated movie. It is a very, very funny movie. The only hint that I'll give you is it's a Canadian movie. And that's a big, big, big hint. What do I got in my beard going on here? So, anyway. Ultimate Fish Show, I missed the question. What was the question? Judy CB has not watched the members only live stream. Shame. And that is a real shame. You want to know why? She was one of the first channel members that we had. And she hasn't watched them. Well, now the thing that I am trying to do with those members only streams is, first of all, I'm trying to get her to come in on one with me. But I'm also trying to move them around. The first one we did on like a Saturday night, I think. And then the last one that we did...
Friday night. It was a Friday night.
It was a Friday night.
That was fun. That was a real fun one.
Yep. And then the second movie, or the second members only live stream we did was on a Sunday early afternoon. And so for the next one, we'll move it around and we'll do it another time. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, during the week, everybody's streaming every night. So I don't want to step on anybody else's toes, but it's hard to, it's hard. So Candy Overhauls, I could not join any stream attempts on Sunday. Was there a trick I didn't know? Oh, that, Jamie, yeah, sorry about that. That was a fiasco. And I don't even know exactly what the problem was. It was something technical either in my software or with YouTube or whatever. I actually think it was a YouTube problem. I don't know, but yeah, it was a huge issue. But we finally got it working there, and we had a few people in there. It was fun. Oh, come on, somebody guessed the movie. It is Strange Brew. How dare somebody guess it that fast? 2 people guessed it. Is it just because I said Canadian movie? That's the only movie people think of when I say Canadian movie? I mean, it does. There's 3 people that guessed it. Yes, it is Strange Brew. In the movie, you gotta watch the video, because I gotta admit, I'm really proud of what I did with this. Talking about if you're not doing water changes, your fish are swimming around in an unflushed toilet. And so I used for Meet the Parents, I used the part where...
Why are you telling everybody?
Because these are my people here. Where De Niro says, that smell is our... I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to get dinged by YouTube. I edited out the S word in there. And then it goes to Seth Rogen and Step Brothers saying, I can taste it on my tongue. And then we go to Strange Brew, which is the McKenzie brothers, where and then he says, "Oh," that part. I don't have the fart in there. It's just the part where he says, "No, it wasn't me. It was the chair." That's what I put in there. So be looking for that. I got to admit, it's pretty genius editing. It's just brilliant. So you got to watch that. For the quote was from Strange Brew. I mean, I didn't say anything. Hey, why did that get retracted? All I said was it's a Canadian movie. I mean, I know they were on Canadian public television and stuff. I don't know. So, Judy CB says she will watch after this. Is it still available? The members only live stream? I might have deleted it, Judy. And I'm going to tell you why. Oh. I want to keep it exclusive to members. The problem is anybody can share that link, and that link can get floated around, and then people can watch it. And it's not like I said anything controversial or anything like that, but it's supposed to be between us. And so I don't want the video getting shared around and stuff like that. I want to keep it exclusively to members. I wish that there was a way for YouTube to have us go streams just for members. I'm sure that's going to be something that's going to be coming. Like on the community page, when I put up a post on the community page, I have the option to have it be public or members only. It's not like that for the live stream. So there you go. But if it's still there, yeah, watch it. We had a lot of fun. You should put the sound effects in. If you're talking about on the Strange Brew clip, I mean, it's not like that's offensive, but the point that I wanted was where he said, it wasn't me, it was the chair, That's going to be funny. So I'm going to let her talk, and I'm going to look for Judy to see if that video is still available. Here's the question. I'm going on vacation for 4 days. Do I leave the lights off or on? I don't have timers.
You should just go ahead and leave them off, because if you decided to leave them on for that long, then you're going to have to worry about algae. And you don't want to have a bunch of algae. And the fish will be fine. Just leave them off. That is my opinion. It is not fact.
Everything we say is opinion, not fact. Judy CB, I do not think that stream is still available. And I am sorry for that. But I hope you understand my reasoning for deleting it. I want it to be exclusive for us.
See, everybody's agreeing with me. Off. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, did you say unless it's a planted tank? Did you say that part?
Well, he doesn't have a timer, so why would he leave it on for 4 days?
You'd come home to a big green tank is what you'd have if you
That's
left them on the whole time. So, yeah. Yeah, totally agree with that. Cichlid's 23. That is you, Sergio, right? Isn't that it? Because you've changed your name like 8 times.
Right.
I told you, Sergio Vasquez from...
Yeah, what did he change his name to?
Cichlid's 23. If I'm wrong, tell me, but I'm pretty sure that's you. Isn't that you, Sergio? Let me know. Well, you don't win anything because I just said I'm going to give you a bonus. I didn't say I'm going to give you anything. I said I don't have anything to give away. I should start doing giveaways, though. I came back about 2 months too late because I had a ton, and still do, of North Fin fish food left over from the shop that we were selling. On the website, and I could have given that away on these live streams, but I didn't. So it's too late now. It's all expired, and I don't want to send somebody a bag of food and they're like, "Oh my God, it's expired! How dare you?" You know, even though it's fine, I don't want to do that. I mean, when you pass wind, that sound effect, yeah, I'm going to tell you something. I watched that movie Strange Brew when I was like 11 for the first time. And I laughed my you-know-what off on that scene. Because what 11-year-old boy doesn't laugh at a fart? I mean, it's just, I laugh, I'm 44. I still laugh when I see that scene. So I could have left it in there. Maybe I'll stick it in there just for you. But anyway. No, I used to be Yankees fan 23 back in the day. Okay, so I thought you were somebody else. I'm glad I didn't give you a hard time. Sergio, Candy could tell us. Sergio is now Cichlid's 213. Okay, so now you see why I was confused, right? You're Cichlid's 23, he's Cichlid's 213. Will you ever do the plant 3.0 light? Would you prefer the marine one? That's a good question. And I don't have one. So that's why we haven't done it. We're using the Core Life on that tank, which you can't see right now. We may end up getting that 3.0 light because everybody talks about how wonderful it is. There was no 75-gallon discus tank, planted discus tank, when I got the light for that one. Am I making sense? So...
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I mean, when I was setting up that tank, I got the Fluval 3.0 marine light for that, which I did the video on. But there was no thoughts of getting the other tank until we went to the Aquatic Experience, and she bought raffle tickets, and that's how that happened. But
I told you I couldn't go to bingo that weekend.
But I would love to do that because I'm a huge Fluval fan. If I could just get them to send me one. I ain't got $200 to buy her a light right now for a tank that we already have a good light on. So, anyway.
Hello, JH.
Do you follow throw?
Through?
But it's throw.
I'm sure he means through.
Do you follow through? Do you follow through? What does that mean? The look she just gave. Did you look at me mean? Did I say something wrong?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm so used to doing it.
I get scolded all day long, folks. You have no idea the life I live. JH Aquatics is here with us tonight. So say hi to him.
I said hi to him. I said hi. Didn't everybody hear me say hi? I said hi.
Oh. That's why she yells at me all the time, because I don't listen. Exactly. Our famous Canadian comedies is Mackenzie Brothers and Trailer Park Boys. Yeah. Y'all produce some real good comedy out of Canada. I tell you what, it's a beautiful thing. Trailer Park Boys, I mean, come on. That's one of the funniest things ever. I'm a Ricky guy. I mean, I'm a Ricky and Randy guy. I love Ricky and Randy. But anyway, she's like rolling her eyes. Look at her.
Friday Fish Facts is here. Are you going to say hi?
Is he here?
Oh,
there he is. He's late. He's late, so we should be scolding him. When you were talking about farts,
yep.
Benjamin P. was laughing. He was laughing out loud, in fact.
LOL.
Okay, so we got do you follow... I don't even know. Somebody said through. I still don't get it. Anyway.
Follow through for what? He needs a little bit more help.
I have yet and I'm a bad person for this. I don't know if you've watched it. I have yet to watch Ron's video with Rachel from yesterday.
I don't think I have. I really wanted to watch it while it was going on, but I was driving back from travel field hockey with Kenzie.
And I was working till almost 9 o'clock last night because she schedules me like a mad person. So, yeah, I worked all day today too. So I haven't had a chance to watch that yet, Ron, but I'm looking forward to it. The thumbnail is freaking genius on that. It's
awesome.
Beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Well done on that. Okay, so Jay's just talking about the rap. Yeah, the fish nerd rap. I love that too.
That was so funny.
Jadrin Aquatics. That's the video right there. I commented on that video, and since you're in here, Jadrin, I hope I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. Did you understand my comment? Did you understand what I said when I said that it reminded me of Krispy Kreme or Froggy Fresh? You know Krispy Kreme, don't you?
They're amazing donuts.
They're great donuts, but no, it was hopefully he knows what I'm talking about because it sounds a lot like a Krispy Kreme wrap.
I loved it. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd.
Yeah.
In my head forever. It was hilarious.
Did the exact same thing.
Love it. It's
so
awesome.
He's still watching. He said thanks. Did you understand? He's such a big timer. He probably didn't even see my comment. Did you understand what I meant when I said that in the comments? Because I said it sounded a lot like Krispy Kreme or Froggy Fresh. They're both the same guy. 135 gallon with 40 gallon sump tank. That's why I'm here too. Right on. And it's okay. So he was lost. So Krispy Kreme is a white guy that is in these videos. He was like 16 or 17. I think he was a little older than that, but he was acting like he was that old, and he's acting like a person of special needs. Not in an offensive way or anything like that. And he does these raps which sound eerily similar to your fish nerd rap. So go watch it. It's absolutely hilarious. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen on YouTube. And he actually had to change his name from Krispy Kreme to Froggy Fresh because Krispy Kreme, he became so famous. He was on like Tosh.0. He was on, I think, Jimmy Fallon. He was on all these late night talk shows. He became so big that the Krispy Kreme donut company forced him to change his name for copyright reasons. Mm-hmm. So anyway, look it up. Very funny. And it's the baddest. Just search Krispy Kreme with a K. Crispy with a K, cream with a K. The baddest. Watch that. Mm-hmm. And then you'll understand what I mean. I'm not trying to say you look like the guy. I'm just saying the rap sounded similar to that. Mm-hmm. Wait, we're not talking donuts? I'm sad now. Yeah, I mean, it's Krispy Kreme, the rapper on YouTube. It was all an act, folks. It was all a character that he was playing. It was not really him, but he really did a good job playing it off.
Hello, Taylor.
Oh, yeah, there she is.
Look, big city penis.
She says,
haha, left for a bit, come back and see. John is allowed to talk again. No one last.
She gave me permission.
I took him out of timeout.
Froggy Fresh is his name now. Yeah, see? Taylor knows. Taylor knows what we're talking about. Yeah, he had to change it because Krispy Kreme, the donut company, was, like, going to sue him. And this is just a guy playing a character on YouTube. But anyway, it was hilarious.
I want to point something out to the girls real quick. I got 2 girl betas. 2. I named one Miss Press, and I named the other one Sassy. So, yeah, I'm a beta person now. So, just wanted to let you know you can be very proud of me. I'm not just keeping African cichlids and discus and planet takes. I have betas. So.
And that means 4.
Yeah,
we have 4 now.
He has 2 boys. I have 2 girls. So, and mine is mine's on maybe no. See right there. Yeah.
You can't see her because she's like that big.
No, yeah, you can't see her, but if you look at how I set it up, you can see the little apartments. They look like little apartment bedrooms, and a spoiler. She's adorable. So, and then Sassy is in another tank that's not in here. So, yep. Alrighty. Oh, JH asked what kind of beta. It is a girl. It's a girl beta.
I think he was looking for a little more information than that, but yeah, we're not simply beta yet. We don't know our betas yet, but anyway, if you ever want more betas, come over to my house. Let's go over there. Where do you live? You close by? Can we come over now? We're not gonna. I mean, you know what? I've always loved betas. Who doesn't? I mean, I love them so much I call them by the wrong name because I think it is beta. She says beta. But I've always said beta, so I can't reprogram my mind to say beta. But
oh, they live in King George.
Nuh-uh.
Really?
That's somebody putting us on.
What's your name?
Feisty Fins Aquaria. How about that?
Do you ever see me at Food Lion or Walmart?
You're not Skylar's friend, are you? Is that who that is? It might be. But I don't remember her saying she... Anyway, who cares? But I would never say, oh, it is her. Okay, yes, it is. So, no, you bring them to us. You know where we live. We don't know where you live. She's been in this room right here. Feisty Fins Aquaria. That's really cool. So, listen. Oh, and Taylor is not going to judge us for saying beta. Thank you, because I just... My mind is programmed that way, and I just can't change it. And I think this might be the first time you've ever commented on my streams. So thank you for that. Our streams.
Presidential X, we used to live there too.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so okay, I have 8 tanks now, gallons, saving this video for my friend to look over my tanks while I'm gone for 7 days. And she's scared she will kill them, but everything is made out to drop. That's good. Catfish DIY, that's smart. And if she's nervous at all, just put half the amount you would normally feed your fish at any given feeding. Put that half of amount in there so that you can tell your friend, hey, this is not even going to be a full feeding. You're just putting a little bit in each time. That might make her feel better too. And he suffers from multiple tank syndrome. Yeah, don't we all? LOL, what's your name?
Because I asked her. I was like, what's your name?
Us too. Okay,
Skylar's
sorry.
friend. I said, what's your name?
Is it?
See?
Is it Katie?
He doesn't.
I'm sorry.
Listen.
I mean,
it is Katie, right?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Will you be at Aquashella in Dallas? I sure would love to be, Joseph, but I don't know. We haven't decided yet. This is, see, when the aquatic experience happened, it was right after the summer. Holky? So you're not the person that's been here, Feisty Fins Aquaria? Holly. But anyway, I'm getting off track. The summertime and fall with my work is like an extraordinarily busy time, which means I'm self-employed, so I make more money when that happens. And so we have a little bit more extra funds to spread out. The wintertime, particularly around the holidays, because we take days off and all that kind of stuff, it's very slow. And I don't make as much money. We're okay. I'm not trying to claim poverty here or anything like that. But to get to Dallas, we're not going to drive there. We would have to fly. And I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be there or not. Just because I don't know if the money's going to be there.
I have a trip to the Caribbeans in April.
Yeah. For a bachelorette party. Yay.
I might pass, though. Who knows? Sounds like fun, but I'm going to have a grandbaby, so I might not want to go. But I do want to go to Aquashella.
I mean, if we go to an Aquashella, I think it would probably be safe to say that it would be the Chicago one. Probably. I don't know yet. But definitely aquatic experience, and definitely look forward to seeing you there, because I'm sure you're going to go too. What state are you guys in? We are in Lisa coming to the Virgin Islands. No,
Watch
not
out.
quite. You better behave yourself. We're in King George, Virginia. There, Jadron. Yeah, there you go.
With Holly. We're in
Yeah,
King
with
George,
Holly.
Virginia with Holly.
So Holly is Skylar's friend, but not the one that came here to the house. I thought her name was Katie, but I could be wrong too. I don't know.
Or maybe it's not even Skylar's friend. How about that?
Well, she said she said yes when I said, "Are you Skylar's friend?" Yes.
Huh.
Taylor will go to the Caribbean bachelorette party with you. I don't know. You might get her in trouble, Taylor. I don't know if
She's a good girl.
I know. What part of Scotland? Oh, not talking to us. And you don't know Skylar. Okay, well then when I said, do you know Skylar? And you put the word yes in there, you confused me. But no, that's cool. You live here in King George. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is cool.
Maybe
So
we've
now-
seen each other before.
Now when you see me at Walmart or Food Lion or somewhere, you can say, hey, I'm Holly. I saw you on the live stream. And I'll be like, hey, what's up?
All right, so we're working on an hour and 23 minutes here, folks. So, and the stream has just been in and out. The signal has been horrible. I apologize for that. I know we hardly got anybody viewing tonight, but that's okay because,
I appreciate everybody that did tune in because I was plastered on the front and you could have been like, ugh, I don't want to watch that. She's in it. I just want to watch John. So I appreciate that you stopped by to see me and him.
And then I had to start talking, but she told me I could, so
Well,
I don't feel
I was
bad for
kind
it.
of not so much rambling like you do, but talking about something and just going on and on about that. And it
See,
was good that you stepped in.
You can see how a real person would do it, the way she did it. Boom, 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 15 minutes, it's done. If I did that topic, I'd probably still be talking about it. Because I just run my mouth too much. I talk too much. Everybody knows that. Ron knows that because he talked to me last week. He was like, good Lord, I have a chance to talk in my own stream. But he didn't say that. He was
I
very
think the funny one is when he asks you a question and then he answers it for you. That's the best.
I do that, yeah.
That's why I put him in timeout and I said, give me 15 minutes. Don't talk. You can talk on the chat.
And for the record, I'm interrupting you again. I told her she could have the whole thing. I said, you can do the whole stream. I'll stay out in the living room and I'll be on my phone watching it. She said, no, you got to come in here and do this. So, but it has been a lot of fun. I appreciate the people who have stuck around till the end with the signal being as bad as it has been all day. Let me just add, just because Dan is here and I saw him and I didn't. He said, I started using 7-day pill cases and pre-dividing food for when I leave someone watching my fish. Yeah, that's what she talked about too. And that's genius. I mean, that is a great way to do it. Put your little food in each day and it makes it foolproof. So that is a great thing. And I just wanted to make sure that you saw, Dan, that I knew that you were here. We didn't skip you. But to all of you that are here tonight, look at this. We just got another super chat, the second one of the night from
Merry
Judy
Christmas
CB.
to you too. I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas, and we won't see you. We won't even be doing another live stream until after Christmas. So I hope everyone has a great Christmas, and I hope you get to be with your family or friends or whoever you want to be with that's important to you, and you have a awesome Christmas. So.
And before you go on Sunday to do your last bit of Christmas shopping, make sure you watch the next episode of 10 Things first. Get that out of the way, and then you can go finish your shopping, then you can come home and watch it 4 or 5 more times because you're going to like it that much. But thank you to everyone that stuck it out with us here. It means a lot. We've got some heavy hitters in here right now that decided to spend some time with us, and it's probably because you were on here, not because of me. So it does mean a lot that even though the signal has been in and out and completely crazy all night long, the fact that y'all stuck around till the end means a whole lot to us. So
thank you.
Very much appreciate it. Again, don't forget to go look at the Aquarium Co-op giveaway. There was somebody that is in this chat right now that never mind. But don't forget to go over there and look at that. All you got to do is follow people on social media. You get free entries. It's crazy, and you might win a $200 gift card. And then don't forget to check out 10 Things. And then on Tuesday, you're putting out a video. We don't know what it is yet, but it's your turn, right?
No.
That's Christmas Day, isn't it? Is Christmas Tuesday? Yes. I don't know. We might not put a video out Christmas Day. I don't know. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and we're going to go ahead and sign off now. So
bye-bye.
I haven't pushed stop yet. So